It turns out that there is a silver lining to the dark cloud that's been hanging over America's schools for the last year, which forced students to stay at home and engage in virtual learning, which is a literal waste of time and stunting their academic and emotional growth. That is, parents got to actually listen in to the lessons and got to hear what it is that some of these teachers were indoctrinating their children with. Many parents are understandably upset about the systemic anti-white racism that's being spread through the form of critical race theory and Black Lives Matter propaganda, not to mention people's new problems with pronouns. Parents like the ones who showed up to this school board meeting in Virginia last night. It's not just the parents who are fed up with this foolishness. Many of the kids sense that there's something wrong with the teachers who constantly complain about America and white people, and many of them also have a very good grasp of what it is that's actually happening, like this high school freshman.
Hi, my name is Brad Taylor, and I just finished my freshman year at RHS. I've been a part of District 196 schools now for 10 years, and I'm going to give you a glimpse today of what's actually going on inside these schools. Despite the board's attempt to deny it, District 196 schools are quickly becoming a place where promoting activism is actually more important than promoting education. I'll take you back to my first day at RHS this fall. The principal came out and gave us a heartfelt speech about equality and standing together. He began to list countless races, such as Latino, Asian, expressing how much they matter and how important they are. But never once did he mention a race or identity that reflects me, or half the kids that were in the class. To be clear, I don't need you to tell me that I matter, but hearing the condolences given to other races and leaving just one race out, inevitably you'll start to feel like you've done something wrong. And in our principal's attempt to unify us, he instead created unwarranted boundaries and barriers between his students, pitting us against each other based on characteristics that we can't control. In another separate instance, I was told that writing "All Lives Matter" on the whiteboard was political and could be seen as offensive. When I questioned the teacher after class, she told me that she didn't have an answer and she just had to erase it, and it was quickly erased. There are political signs all over RHS, about specific races that matter, specific sexual orientations that matter, and specific perspectives that matter. But when I questioned the RHS administration about how these signs were political, they told me that they were supporting human rights. So when I questioned why the equity statement couldn't represent all students, they told me that to even ask that question was outlandish and offensive. And when I asked why that was, they told me, quote, "Whites have a pretty good situation right now," unquote. So is that not racism? Disregarding my question merely because of the color of my skin. I've been approached by multiple teachers who have told me in private that they just want to say that they agree with me and they support me standing up, but they can't say it in front of the class for fear of being disciplined by the administration in some way or losing their jobs. Now, due to all these instances I've mentioned and many more that I can't fit in this 5-minute speech, I've decided to leave this district and continue school on a private Christian school online. And there will be sacrifices, and I will not get to walk in the graduation ceremony or attend milestones at RHS, but I will be able to learn in an environment that is not intent on punishing me daily for my skin color and political views. Now, regardless of how you take my speech, whether you just shrug it off as malarkey or Fox News talking points, I encourage you to think about it, because someday I'm going to be a leader. I may be the president, a governor, or just a professional golfer. But I will never stop believing that everybody has value, no matter their skin color or personal beliefs. And it's a shame that you're not going to be able to say that I was an alumni of RHS in District 196. Thank you.
Oh, it gets even better. Here's a 9-year-old girl telling off her school board in Minnesota.
The other day I was walking down the hallway at Lakeview Elementary School to give a teacher a retiring gift. I looked up onto the wall and saw a BLM poster and an Amanda Gorman poster. In case you don't know who that chick is, she's some girl who did a poem at Biden's so-called inauguration. I was so mad. I was told 2 weeks ago at this very meeting spot, no politics in school. I believed what you said at this meeting. So at lunch I went up to my principal to tell him about the BLM poster and that I wanted it down. It is a political message about getting rid of police officers, rioting, burning buildings down while King Governor Welch just sits on his throne and watches. We all know. I am 9 years old and I know that. Get the posters out of our schools. Courage is contagious, so be courageous.
I'm pretty sure that girl's gonna grow up to be a senator someday, and possibly after that, the president of the United States. And when that time comes, she's gonna have a lot of work to do because the Democrats are probably gonna completely destroy America by then. We are well on our way to bankruptcy, as you know, and now with old Joe making Juneteenth another federal holiday, that makes 44 paid days off for federal employees every year. They literally get a month and a half of paid vacation days every single year. But the Marxists who love growing the government and living off of the government will never be happy. For example, an Ikea location in Atlanta, Georgia is under fire for having a special menu to commemorate Juneteenth because it included fried chicken and watermelon. Of course, every culture is associated historically with certain food. Tacos and burritos are Mexican food. Pizza and pasta is Italian. Sushi is Japanese. But I guess now food is racist. It's been like this for the last few years, as you know, since the liberal pathogen caused a pandemic. Like when New York University students put together a special menu at the school for Black History Month, which included barbecue ribs, cornbread, and watermelon, and that was denounced as racist, even though it was put together by black students. Questlove, who I think is the band leader at The Tonight Show with Jimmy Fallon, took a picture of the menu at NBC Studios and did what all lunatics do, posted it on Twitter and complained about it. Imagine if Mexican people got upset because restaurants served tacos on Cinco de Mayo, or Irish getting upset because bars have a special happy hour on St. Patrick's Day. Thankfully, there is some sanity left in society, however, like this weather girl, I guess former weather girl now, who worked for CBS 62 out of Detroit.
Today we saw temperatures above normal again, topping out at 85 degrees at Metro Airport. Plenty of sunshine today, but all good things must come to an end, and that starts as early as tomorrow morning with showers moving in around 8 a.m. And speaking of a brand new week, I will be sitting down this week with Project Berates to discuss the discrimination that CBS is enforcing upon its employees. Tune in to Project Berates for my full story. Now, later Monday, we will see those showers continuing through late morning, but by evening, we'll see dry conditions and more comfortable temperatures as well.
Her whole interview is up on the Project Veritas YouTube channel, by the way, which just reached 1 million subscribers. So congratulations to James O'Keefe and the whole Project Veritas team. Thankfully, there are many millions and millions of Americans who are immune to the liberal pathogen, but unfortunately, it has swept across the country and around the world faster than the coronavirus. If you want to help warn others and support my channel, get yourself a Beware of Democrats shirt from my online store at markdice.com. Like all of my designs, it's available in a t-shirt, long sleeve, and a hoodie, and a whole bunch of different colors as well. So head on over to markdice.com or click the link in the description below and check it out.